This person named Goddess Vine says plants are sentient, they feel pain, and are capable of knowing your thoughts and fearing for you. Plants are capable of knowing my thoughts. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the new series on the channel where we go over instances online in which anti-vegans embarrass themselves and honestly sometimes debunk themselves while in the process of trying to on vegans. The insanity today is probably record-breaking given the recent 2 episodes we've done so far, so let's get right into it. Somebody tagged Sam Hole and Beans in a tweet and said, "I love reading your daily debunks of Sam Hole at Beans, and this has to be a kink for Sama. I think he actually loves to be debunked." And then Sama copes by saying he's just leeching off me to get exposure, playing the game. Anyway, aren't you the guy who was adamant that he was stronger than me? And then Beans says, "How am I leeching off of you when your posts get 15 likes on average?" And yeah, this is very true. I mean, Beans ratios him pretty much every time he attempts to debunk him. It's clear that Sama is actually getting more engagement from Beans than Beans is getting from Sama. So this person named Misha commented on a post that was opposing fruit nowadays and says the fruit eaten by our ancestors are natural and pollution free, but now they are basically all genes. Beans sarcastically retweets her and says, "I miss the good old days when our food didn't have genes." And she says, "Yes, there are too many genetically modified foods out there now." I don't think she understands that all food has genes. And then Beans goes on with the joke saying, "Yeah, it was better when foods were free of genetic material. Now they have to put in weird chemicals like uracil and guanine." Don't know how to pronounce those, but those are all things that are inherent to foods that have any amount of genes. And Misha ended up following him for saying such absurd things. Beans eventually let Misha know that he's making fun of her and apologized if she missed that. Don't you just wish we had food again that didn't have any genes? The best kind. So for this part, guys, you know, I work as Joey Carb Strong's admin, so that's me making the comments, and I just kind of, you know, engage with people that are arguing against Joey's work on Facebook, where all the intellect is at. And somebody says, "I'm sorry the truth hurts," in response to his debate with Piers Morgan where Joey Carbstrong actually brought facts to the table and Piers Morgan decided to ignore them. So it was a little weird for him to say, you know, "I'm sorry the truth hurts." So I ended up saying, "Tell that to Piers, who refuses to engage with the data Joey presented." This person also got ratioed. Oh, back to Sam Hole. Somebody says, "Look at the longest living groups of people in the world and see how many did keto or high protein diets. I can tell you it's none. They all ate high carb diets." And then Sam Hole says, "Like Hong Kong, the country with the highest meat consumption and highest life expectancy." And then Beans calls him out, saying, "This is Sama citing ecological data as evidence that is not even time adjusted." And then he shows Sama rejecting cohort studies, a more robust form of epidemiology. So if you guys understand the irony here, when he said the whole Hong Kong meat consumption thing, he was citing an ecological study. And then in the past, he rejected cohort studies, which are actually higher on the evidence hierarchy than the study he just accepted, an ecological study. Amazing. And then we have Justin Heaven, who apparently doesn't know what a comma is. So we're going to read this without any comma, and then I'll tell you what my response was. "I love how you guys use slavery as an argument. Slaves, we are forced against their will like animals, but slaves were never eaten by the owners. They were beaten, branded, and even killed for misbehaving. But because of slavery, we have blues music, yet slaves still ate meat. Slave owners also," gonna breathe there, "ate meat because that what we need to survive. Slaves can talk, do stuff around the house. Animals can't do that. Pets can do stuff. That's why we eat chicken, not dog." If I didn't know any better, I think this was a vegan trolling. You know what? Let's not even respond to that one. I could just read it and you guys know how ridiculous this is. "Blues music from slaves. What happens, Joey, when the world is overrun with animals and the ocean is so full of fish you could probably walk on the water? What happens then?" Yeah, I'm pretty sure before we started mass fishing, we were able to walk on the ocean because there were so many fish. This person responded to Joey responding to his debate with Pierce saying, "Imagine having to make this 9-minute video to try to justify it and using cherry-picked articles to feel better about yourself. Vegans are a joke." And I responded saying, "Cherry-picked? Do you have stronger evidence, or are you just calling Joey's source cherry-picked because it goes against your views? Have you even read his source?" And then here we have something very psychopathic. "Oh my God, so dramatic. Little Joey has clearly been to drama school. You are trying to save animals that live because we give them life. So it's ours to take." I'm not even going to read the rest. I just said to him, "So by your logic, parents are allowed to kill their children because they have given their children life." Amazing logic. Yeah, so I guess this person's just cool with parents killing their kids at any moment in their life because they actually gave them the life that they have. Beautiful moral system. This person named Goddess Vine says plants are sentient, they feel pain, and are capable of knowing your thoughts and fearing for you. Plants are capable of knowing my thoughts. I mean, humans aren't even capable of that, nor are animals. I've never heard somebody say, plants can know my own thoughts. Fascinating stuff. They said there have been studies Of course, they don't cite any of them. Maybe you should educate yourself on this matter. Guys, let's just get a little educated here and learn that plants can detect our thoughts. Just because they don't have faces doesn't mean anything. You have a lot of the same similar DNA as a plant and bananas. Yeah, still waiting for the substantiation of the claim that plants can read our minds. I think we don't need to bother to read the rest of the comment. Just absolute genius. Let's go on to the next one. This person says, I really love eating meat. No one will tell me differently. And I said, and cannibal serial killers love eating humans. Will you not tell them differently? Remember, if you love something, it's okay to do it no matter the victims involved. This person says, oh, shut up. If you want to be a vegan, good for you. Crack on. No need to try and force your opinion or lifestyle onto people who don't agree with it or want to adopt your lifestyle. And if me being a meat eater means I'm an animal abuser, then that is what I am. So this person admits to being an animal abuser, which is just great. Okay, that's a nice thing to know. And they also seem to have an issue with vegans, quote, forcing their lifestyle on others while simultaneously living a lifestyle that forces animals into existence only to be exploited and murdered for a sandwich. So they, simultaneously oppose and are for and support force. No conflict here whatsoever. So this person says, is it your right, your personal life choice to become vegan? Yes, it is. Is it my right and my personal life choice to eat meat? Yes, it is. Now, when did your life choice outweigh my life choice? You can't push plants in the face of people that don't want to convert. You're not born vegan. At some point in your life, every vegan has eaten meat, drank milk, ate cheese. So yes, it is hypocrisy to say everyone that eats meat is an animal abuser when every vegan has been part of it at some point too. Eat your plant-based diet and well done for doing your bit, but leave everyone's free choice alone. It's a part of life and it's never going to change no matter how many videos you post. Wow, I mean, this person kind of sounds like a vegan in the beginning, saying, when did your life choice outweigh my life choice? Interesting she's viewing it this way because obviously her personal choice to go ahead and pay for animals to be massacred shouldn't outweigh the moral value of the animals who would rather not be massacred. Also funny that she depicts her choice as a personal choice, meaning it's a victimless choice, when in reality, her choice has many direct victims. She also says that vegans are hypocrites because once upon a time we were not vegan, as though you can be a hypocrite for doing something many years ago which you've renounced, which you no longer do, and which you actively oppose. I guess if a person goes from being racist to no longer racist, 5 years later they can't go ahead and condemn racism because they were racist 5 years ago. Pure hypocrisy. Makes sense. All right guys, well that's the end of episode 3 of this amazing series where we evaluate the immense brain power of various anti-vegans online. It's definitely too much. Thank you so much for watching. If you support my work and want to get early access to it, you can click the link in the pinned comment and support me on Patreon. And if you don't know, I do have a book going over most, if not all, of the anti-vegan arguments you're going to hear online. If you want to get that as well, that'll be linked in the pinned comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Dude.
Fuck off, I don't want anything to do with you. Don't ever speak to me again. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Even vegans don't get your weird, stupid wannabe sense of irony here. Who is your audience? Nobody gets these dumb jokes. Dude,